Wake up, lad.
Right. This way. Let's just get everyone outside.
Everything is fine. Just keep moving, please, ladies and gentlemen.
It's okay, Mr. Courtney. Just got to keep moving along.
I don't believe you.
This happens to be a very interesting article on the clinical diagnosis of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
But it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
I couldn't get back to sleep. You know I believe in making the most of every moment. Do you have some other suggestion on how I might make better use of this time?
What do you think?
We're terribly sorry for the inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen, but you can all go back to your rooms. Everything's fine now.
The fire was in the kitchen. You know what that means, don't you? Your bloody husband. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Breakfast will be slightly delayed. When we find the chef.
Mickey, what happened?
Oil and heat. A potent combination. Just like you and me, eh?
This is the second kitchen fire since we started working here. We've got to stay on top of things, Mickey. Baxter's furious.
You know, I was outside just now and the sun was coming up and I thought of that holiday we took in Mallorca. You remember that beautiful sunrise and those horrible rubbery omelets?
We've got hungry guests. This is not the time to reminisce. What are you doing for the breakfasts? What are you doing?
Souffle.
Mickey, no.
Perfect little souffle with dried apricot muffins and chanterelle.
Just something simple and hot and fast.
Dried apricots, dried apricots. I've got dried apricots here somewhere.
Mick.
Where are you? Not now, Cheryl.
Eggs, Mick. And sausages. Black pudding and bacon. Same as every other day.
Oh, can't we do something different for a change? I mean, turn the fire into something fun.
Not many of us have your capacity to do that, love. Just give them the usual. It's all they deserve.
All right. Nigel, eggs, Louise, bacon, let's get those piggies to market, and cheddar, cheddar. Oui, le fromage!
Are we utterly ridiculous?
We're getting there.
Enough, enough. I am going to work like the responsible general practitioner that I am.
Right. And I'm about to face a mountain of memos itemizing one administrative nightmare after another.
You wanted to be the boss.
I was young and foolish then.
And now?
Now I just want to stay here and make love with you all day.
Would you settle for dinner?
That's all I can get. Listen, if I get away early enough, I can be home by 6. How about if I make dinner?
I'm on call. Unless you cook here.
All right. I'll come to the beaches and collect the key.
No. I mean, this is for you.
I'll return it tonight. I don't want to assume.
Do a thing. I want you to keep it.
Mrs. Otley.
You mean me?
If you're Mrs. Otley, I do.
Oh, but it's Dr. Atwood I've come to see, so I'll always see.
Dr. Atwood's on holiday, Mrs. Otley. But don't worry, Dr. Morgan will take good care of you.
It'll be fine. I've got all Dr. Atwood's notes on you.
Made a big fuss about me, has he? You shouldn't have.
I can see I've got a lot to live up to.
I'm not ill. Not at all. It's just I've got a problem with these tablets.
ACE inhibitors. Right, what sort of a problem?
Oh, nothing serious, mind you. I find myself dozing off. And I'm a bit short of breath here.
All right, well, Dr. Atwood's been treating you for angina.
Oh, it's not chest pains, definitely not. It's just the tablets. See, Dr. Atwood said, if I find those tablets don't agree with me, I was to let him know.
Right, well, you've done the right thing. It's just that these tablets wouldn't be causing the symptoms you're telling me about.
Wouldn't they?
No, not usually. Tell you what we'll do. I'll check your blood pressure, I'll have a little listen to your heart, and then you can pop downstairs and see our nurse, and she'll give you a blood test.
Oh, is that really necessary? I'm sure I'm fine.
I'm sure you probably are, but it's best to be safe. This won't take a minute. You might feel a little tightening. The nurse is down here to the left. You okay? Do you need some help?
Not at all.
What about at home? Are you on your own?
No, I've got all the help I need.
All right. You make sure you pop in to see Bridget. She'll take some blood and we'll let you know.
Yes. Thank you, Doctor.
After the doctor, there might be enough time to do a bit of shopping. Perhaps look at that cottage for sale up behind the church.
That your idea of a good time, is it?
Yeah, it is. I'm determined to have that home you promised me when I agreed to love, honour, and that one I always forget.
Listen to some music somewhere.
Nicky, this is it.
Can you remind me why we're doing this again?
Because we're getting the results from the test you took,
Oh, you really are desperate to find something wrong with me, aren't you?
which were necessary because there have been too many incidents like this morning.
So, what happened this morning was just
And I want to know
could
what's
have
going
happened
on
to
with you,
any...
because strange as it may seem, I happen to love you.
No accounting for taste, is there?
None whatsoever.
Right.
It's bad, is it?
On the contrary, every test has come back negative.
Joy? Can we go?
Are you absolutely sure?
Blood test for hyperthyroidism, negative. Liver function problems, negative. Temporal lobe epilepsy, negative.
But the ones still to come, the genetic test, they might show something.
Well, the results should be back soon. But even if he does have an abnormal number of chromosomes, which might be responsible for his hyperactivity, there's very little we can do.
Sorry to disappoint you, darling. Just gonna have to wait a little longer to get your hands on that inheritance.
You probably guessed, Doctor, cooking's just a hobby with me. You know the kind of money I have.
Nicky, this is serious.
No, it's not. There's nothing wrong with me.
I know you're concerned, Mrs. Parker, but why not just try and relax until we get the rest of the test results back? I'll ring you the moment we do.
All right, let's go. People to see.
He does have a problem, I know it. You've no idea what it's like living with him. He can't concentrate on one thing for more than a second. He never sits still, he never listens, he gets aggressive.
I understand you're worried, but frankly, we've exhausted most of the options.
Well, there's got to be something.
I'll give it some more thought, I promise.
There you go.
Thank you. Harley Street surgery, cool as they come, right? You'd think I'd be over Rachel Kenyon's death by now.
I never get over losing patients, you and me. Never learned how.
But it's still our secret.
We'll take it to our graves.
Granary bread and Derbyshire Stilton. I'll bring you a glass of that special red I keep hidden in the kitchen.
Thanks, Rita.
You're quite at home here.
Joanna's practice is in the village.
Oh, I see. No doubt you'd find it hard to leave.
No doubt at all.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right. What's all this about?
Have you been following these experiments they've been doing on laser suturing?
Of course. They're literally welding tissue together.
Sussex General just got a grant from the Medical Research Council to study the use of laser tissue welding in surgery.
Really?
Yes. And I've been asked to nominate someone to run the programme. How does Professor Martin Henderson sound to you?
I don't believe this.
Job's yours if you want it. Do you?
It'd be a dream come true.
That's what we always talked about. Making a difference.
Have you considered taking the post yourself?
Me? Leave Harley Street? No, this has always been your path, Martin. I'm just happy to play a small part in putting you where you ought to be.
You look as if you've won the lottery.
Maybe I have.
I thought you weren't home.
I was just, upstairs running a bath.
You've been hiding yourself. I haven't seen you at the committee meetings for weeks.
I've been busy.
What's your loaf? Home-baked. None of that sliced rubbish. Not as good as your Aunt Edna's, of course.
Well, thank you, but I still make me own.
Oh, well. Sure I can find a home for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just not a very good time for a visit, you see. What with the bath water getting cold.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to disturb you, but are you all right? Is there anything wrong?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Alice, just fine. And if you wouldn't mind.
Martin? What are we celebrating?
Us?
Sounds good to me. What's that fantastic smell?
It's your favourite oven-ready pizza.
So much for you doing the cooking.
Well, I didn't have time. I was too busy shopping for something else.
Oh, what was that?
I'll show you in a minute. Since you've known me, what are the two things I've wanted most in the world?
To eat in every five-star restaurant in France and to sleep with Elizabeth Hurley.
I said meet her, not sleep with her.
Yeah, but that's just code with you boys, isn't it?
No, but seriously.
All right, let me see. Well, I know the first one anyway. It's all you ever talked about on our very first evening together. Obsessed about, actually, perfecting a method of minimally invasive surgery.
And the other? Maybe this will help. Open it, please. Well, I knew you'd never go for diamonds. Too obvious.
Martin, what on earth?
You said you loved me this morning. Did you mean it?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, I love you. Have since the moment I set eyes on you. Will till the day I die. Marry me. Marry me. Marry me. Marry me.
I don't know what to say.
Well, say something. Anything. I'm so far out on a limb, I'll need a passport to get back.
The pizza's burning.
Oh. We'll have a toast if you say yes. And if you say no, I may pour it all over the floor.
I'm not about to say either.
That's half good.
It's just, forgive the cliche, so sudden. I mean, whatever happened to taking things slowly?
We've done all that. We've got to move on.
Really, Martin, I need to know. Charlie Graham? No, it's all right, Mrs. Selkirk, I understand. Just tell me, is it on a right side or a left? Headache? All right, keep her nice and cool and I'll be there in 20 minutes. No, don't worry about it. It's better to be safe. All right. I've got to go.
Of course you do.
Will you still be here when I get back?
I've got an arterial bypass graft first thing.
Martin, it's a beautiful ring and I love it.
Just wear it. We'll be engaged to be engaged until further notice.
We'll talk later then. I've got to go. Knock up when you leave. Use your key.
Excuse me. I don't want to be a bother, but we seem to have a bit of a problem.
I can't believe you find this funny.
Ooh.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
Do you want me to finish up?
No. I want you to listen to me, that's all. Just listen to me. Baxter was this close to giving you the sack.
He's not going to find me. I'm the best chef this place has ever had.
I can't do this anymore.
How about a nice, relaxing bath, eh? Without the bubbles? With a bath?
What's going to happen if we lose our jobs?
You've got nothing to worry about.
I'm going to bed.
Good. You're early. Baxter's horse, lab results, and Mrs. Parker was wondering if you could see her without an appointment.
Mrs. Parker? Cheryl?
I don't know how to do this. I mean, I'm always the strong one. I was so charmed by Mickey at first. I never met anyone like him. So funny, so free. He really does have a problem. I know you're wrong. I don't suppose people tell you that very often.
Look, why don't you ask your husband to come in and see me later today? I promise to keep trying. Trust me, we will work this out.
Thank you.
Kelly tells me you wanted test results for Beryl Otley, is that right?
Ah, yeah. I was hoping we could get the lab to speed up the process.
Well, there's a problem. She didn't come in to give blood.
It's odd. She didn't strike me as the type to be afraid or forgetful. What do you think? Do you know her?
Well, not really. I mean, she doesn't crave attention like most of Andrew's elderly patients. Well, go round and see her if you like.
No, it's all right. I think I'll do it.
All right, you're the doctor.
Mrs. Otley?
Haven't seen her all day.
Do you know Mrs. Otley well?
We try to keep an eye on the poor old thing since her husband passed on. She likes to keep herself to herself.
Right. I'm Dr. Morgan, by the way, from the Beaches. Mrs. Otley's a patient.
Well, I know who you are, don't I? Why else would I be telling you what's none of your business?
Well, quite. The husband's dead.
That's what I said.
Right. Are there children? Who takes care of her?
Nobody. She's all on her own.
So, what next?
Well, like I said, the genetic tests have ruled out any congenital abnormalities, and we've pretty much been through all the possible physical syndromes. Mr. Parker, what I'd like to do is refer you to a psychologist.
Psychologist?
Well, there may be something they can spot that I can't.
Well, you just told me you can't find anything physically wrong with me.
I know, but it's just you've been under quite a lot of stress recently, and often physical symptoms can have a psychological root.
Are you suggesting I'm a fruitcake, Doctor?
I'm not suggesting anything of the sort.
Good. I'm very glad to hear it. Thank you very much for your help. Mustache. Got to buy myself a straitjacket.
Anyway, everything you need to know is in there.
Now she wants me to see a psychologist.
Psychologist? Why?
Because I'm barking a wolf. Woof, woof.
Mickey.
Don't, Mickey.
Oh, it's all right. I'm a fruit nutcase. Ah, thank you, my good man.
Mickey, Baxter, come in.
What the hell are you playing at?
Oh, I'm just having a laugh, Mr. Baxter. Would you care to join me?
You're fired. I want you off these premises immediately.
Can't you take a joke?
You're sacked. Your job is secure, though, Cheryl, if you want it.
Hi, what do you fancy?
I'd really love a drink, but I think I'll have to settle for an orange juice. I'm off to the hospital to check on a patient. But I wanted to stop by to see if you noticed anything.
Gorgeous.
I'm acting like an idiot, I know, but this feels so special.
Oh, of course it is. It looks like it cost a bloody fortune.
That is a bit troubling.
Oh, you're mad. I've wondered in the past, but now I'm sure of it.
Oh, it's just I'm not very good at receiving gifts, that's all. Always preferred to be the giver.
I know. Your man really did win the lottery yesterday.
Sorry?
When he heard about that job offer, the look on his face.
What job offer? Well, who was he here with yesterday?
I didn't catch his name. You don't know anything about this, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Where is it?
Where's what?
The new job, what hospital?
Who told you?
Does it matter?
I haven't agreed to take it yet.
That doesn't answer my question.
Sussex General.
Oh. Consultant?
Professor of surgery. With an enormous research grant from the MRC.
Wow. So, it's the dream, is it? Minimally invasive surgery.
Lasers. And that's just the beginning.
That's wonderful.
I intended to tell you last night.
No, I don't doubt it. Do you know the question that's haunting me? Would that have been before or after I accepted your proposal?
You haven't accepted it yet.
I don't see how I can, now that it's a completely different question.
It's still a marriage proposal.
With all sorts of conditions I wasn't aware of when I accepted the ring. Leaving the beaches, leaving all this.
I don't have to take the job.
That's like saying you don't have to breathe.
No. Being without you, that would be not breathing.
You're not thinking this through, Martin.
I want you. I want to be married to you. There's nothing else to think about.
Martin, please, this is far too big a decision. We've got to think about it. You've got to give it some time.
I don't need to. Just say yes. Say it, Joanna.
All right, yes. Yes. Yes.
One pineapple. Two. Couple of
Be
oranges.
careful, Mickey, you could hurt somebody.
The zest of a large lemon.
Mickey, let me come up and talk to you about it.
Clementine. Try an aubergine.
Dr. Graham, thank you so much for coming. I didn't know what else to do. He won't listen to me, not since you told him he needed a psychologist.
And that's what led to the pineapples.
And the melons.
That mean that could hurt someone. If you don't get him down off my roof, I'll have the police come and drag him off. Or shoot him off.
Right, I think I'd better try and have a talk with him.
I just want him to be all right.
Mr. Parker!
Ah! Hi, Dr. Graham. Going to join me?
I'm not sure. What exactly are you doing?
Well, an experiment. You think it'd be easy to hit a pineapple off the roof, but you'd be wrong. It tends to smash an impact.
Really? You did rather well with that last one.
No, that was a fluke. 1 in 20. Doing even worse with melons.
Well, maybe you should try something easier. You know, like dinner rolls. You get a better trajectory and there'll be less chance of people down here getting hurt.
Oh, no. Fruit. Has to be fruit.
Why is that, then?
Well, you said I'm nuts. What goes with nuts? Fruit.
Beryl, it's Alice. I want you to open this door.
Well, Beryl sure is getting her share of visitors for someone who can scarcely stop and say hello.
Who else has been here to visit her besides me?
The doctor from the Beaches, the young one. He came round, but she wouldn't have naught to do with him, neither.
Mr. Parker?
Oh, please, call me Mickey. All my enemies do.
I'm not your enemy.
You know, I once looked up pineapple in this fancy French book of food, and you know what it said? It said the pineapple was a cultivated strawberry.
And isn't it?
Call yourself a scientist. Strawberry's a member of the rose family. Pineapple's a member of the bromelia family. You know, in the movies they always say that clouds look like dinosaurs or Luciano Pavarotti or something. Not to me. To me they just look like clouds. Grey clouds.
You don't have to be alone in them. Come on, Mickey, let's go in.
Yeah, why not?
Mickey?
You know, we've got to stop meeting like this, Dr. Graham. Wife's beginning to catch on.
I'm sure we can stay the night, leave in the morning. Besides, we're owed money.
He can keep his bloody money. We're leaving here now.
Mickey, please, I want you to stop, slow down and think about what you're doing.
I'm always wrong. Everything I do just makes things worse.
It's not true.
You made a big mistake when you married me.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, it's too late to do anything now. You coming?
Please, can we talk about it? Make a plan.
Can't talk. Too much noise already. Train's pulling out of the station, babe.
We have a quarter of a tank of petrol and £14. We're not going to get very far on either.
Well, you shouldn't have come then, should you? You know that? You can start blaming me next for everything that's happened. Don't give me that look! You must know by now, I can't help being the person I am.
I know that. That's why I want you to go back to the doctor and at least hear her out.
Martin, where are you? Well, I hope you'll be there soon, because I'm on my way home with an extra large pizza with everything on it. Well, not quite everything. I had them hold on the anchovies as proof of my love for you. Oh, I'm getting another call. See you in a bit. Joanna Graham?
They're doing a brain scan.
A brain scan? What for?
They're checking for damage. Now, it doesn't mean there is any. They just want to make sure.
You know that thing they do at the Winter Olympics, that, oh God, what is it? You know, it's really fast. That metal thing goes down a chute.
The bobsleigh?
Yeah, that's it, bobsleigh. And it just goes roaring down this chute, and it's got the walls at the side, so that it doesn't matter how fast it's going, the walls are there and it can't get off the track. Well, I want that. That's what I want. I want those walls. I mean, I know I can't seem to really slow down or anything, but if I just have those walls, then...
I understand, I do.
And you think a psychologist can really fix it?
I think you can be helped, if you're willing.
I'm willing.
Okay.
My head feels like one of your pineapples.
I'm so sorry.
I'm okay.
What did they say?
Well, it seems you have a mild concussion.
Well, that's it. There's nothing else. What about the brain scan?
It was just a precaution, but really she's fine. They'll keep you in for observation, but most likely you can go home tomorrow.
Home? Where's that?
Wherever you are.
I'll leave you to it. I'm sorry.
For what?
I'm not sure. It was a patient, of course. I had to rush to the hospital.
I know. I checked the service.
Here's what it is, Martin. The problem as I see it. You'd be willing to give up this extraordinary opportunity for me. Give up your dream. And that could work for us. I believe it could. But only if I was willing to do it too.
And?
And I'm not.
I love you, Joanna.
And I love you. I'll make us a coffee. Martin, you won't believe it. I'm out of coffee. Would you settle for tea?
Dr. Morgan, could I have a word? It's about Beryl Otley.
Mrs. Otley? It's Dr. Morgan, Mrs. Otley. Can you come to the door?
She's not answering.
Kick it in.
What?
Go on. There's something wrong. I know there is. Kick it in. Beryl.
Are you all right, Mrs. Otley? Didn't you hear us?
Oh, we're just getting up.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, why wouldn't I be?
When did you last have something to eat?
What are you asking that for?
You don't really have anyone helping you, do you? It's obvious you're not feeling well at all.
It's those tablets.
No, I don't think so. Sit down.
You stupid woman. You've been keeping yourself in here, you've been making yourself ill, and you won't let anyone help you. I don't want to trouble anyone. Oh, what nonsense. Oh, Alice, I'm so afraid. Afraid of what? I'm not getting any younger. If it's not the tablets, it's me. I can't get around like I used to. I'm afraid I'm going to wake up one day and I won't be able to cope. You won't let them take my home away, will you? They'll do it. That's what I've heard. They'll make me go into an old folks' home if I can't keep this place up. Better Otley. I'll come in here and scrub the place out myself, if that'll keep you happy.
Mrs. Otley, nothing like that's going to happen to you. It's just we're all worried about you. But until you agree to take those blood tests, I'm afraid there's very little I can do to help.
All right, I'll come in tomorrow.
That won't be necessary. I've got everything I need right here.
Oh, you're a sly one, aren't you? Here, are you sure you can do that as well as Dr. Atwood?
Better.
Of course he can. You just shut up and do as you're told.
You think I'm totally mad, don't you?
I do. And not just because you're not going to keep the ring, either. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Graham. You better watch out, they'll let you loose again.
Sure. That's great news. How are you feeling?
Much better, thanks. Better than the car anyway, it's a write-off.
Prefer the bus anyway.
Actually, I'm glad I caught you. I've had a word with a clinical psychologist here. Could you make an appointment on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Great.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Martin, I was going to come up and see you.
Well, I was just about to call you.
You accepted the job?
Yeah.
Right. So, when do you leave?
2 weeks. Board doesn't seem too troubled. I suppose they think I won't be hard to replace.
Well, they're certainly wrong about that. Go, Mr. Henderson. Go see to your patient.
I've got all your test results back, Mrs. Otley, and I've found the cause of your problems.
Oh, it's not the tablets.
No, not the tablets. The labs came back with an unexpected finding. Carboxyhemoglobin in your blood. Now, that could be coming from either a blocked flue in your gas fire or from problems with your cooker, but something is leaking carbon monoxide.
So it's not me, then?
No, it's not, but it's still serious. Now, you may not be clear what all this means.
Oh, I am. All those things that were wrong with me, the dizziness and the shortness of breath, you can get that from carbon monoxide. I know, I saw it on the news.
Right, well, I've called the gas people for you, and they said you mustn't use your gas fire or cooker till they've been checked. It's extremely dangerous.
But I am all right, aren't I?
Yeah, you will be once the poison's worked its way out of your system. But we are still concerned about you living on your own.
Oh. So you're going to let them do it after all? You're going to let them put me out of my home?
That depends. It's important that someone checks on you, helps around the house, and makes sure you're all right. Now, I tried to arrange a charity worker for you, but someone stopped me.
Oh?
Alice North tells me you're very particular and that only the best will do. That's why Alice will be coming to check on you herself twice a week.
Thanks, Doctor.
3279.
9723.
61843.
3 4 8 1 6.
The results are pretty conclusive. Everything points to attention deficit disorder.
What's that?
Well, it's most commonly associated with hyperactive children. But research seems to be suggesting that if it isn't diagnosed, a large percentage carry it through to adulthood.
So I am mad then?
No, it's not what you think. It's not like some flaw in your personality. It's sort of about your brain being wired in a certain way.
You mean I can't help the things I do?
No, that's right. You see, your mood swings, lack of concentration and so on are just symptoms. But with counselling and drugs, if necessary, you can learn to handle it.
Thank you.
I know. I'm going to make you a romantic dinner for two. Steak au poivre, cooked to perfection, served in an exquisite dining room with spectacular views. Cheryl to greet you, and the finest chef in the land waiting on your every culinary whim.
We'll have to get a job first.
They're lining up.
Hope you don't mind. I just wanted to see you before I go.
No, of course not. Come on.
No, I meant see you as in look at you. Just see you.
Martin. It's not the other side of the world.
I know.